Hello, everybody. It's Daniel here. Welcome to Emotional English Podcast, the podcast where you learn an English language effortlessly, emotionally, fulfilled with energy, and of course, positively. Welcome, everybody. Today is another day when we learn an English language by our reading club. So we're reading the book called The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. And that's an amazing book about the adventures of a beautiful young shepherd. And we continue. So the last discussion was about Gypsy and the meeting between Gypsy and our shepherd, young boy. So he had arrived to the Gypsy lady, like the fortune teller, and she is telling him something. So I will continue my reading. And if I see something interesting, if I see something curious, so I will comment it and I will make it more understandable in English. I will simplify the words for you guys and we will understand English together even further and deeper. And we will try to learn it in a funny way, in an interesting way, by listening a beautiful story. And I hope it will be useful and you will achieve all your goals with your language learning process. And if you haven't subscribed yet, so just go to our Telegram chat or our Telegram community where I upload some news and updates of Emotional English Podcast every week. So just subscribe on Telegram, find us on Instagram as well, and you can find us on TikTok. So we are available almost everywhere. So let's continue our reading. I have had the same dream twice, Shepherd said. I dreamed that I was in a field with my sheep when a child appeared and began to play with animals. I don't like people to do that because the sheep are afraid of strangers. But children always seem to be able to play with them without frightening them. I don't know why. I don't know how animals know the age of human beings. So that's the first paragraph here. And we have a little discussion. So the boy, the shepherd, is telling the story. What was the dream about to the gypsy, to the fortune teller? Do you remember who is a fortune teller? It's the lady who is telling or interpreting the dreams, right? So you have a dream and you kind of explain what you had seen, and then the lady interpret this into something logical, right? So the boy is saying that he dreamed that there was a field there with his sheep, and the child appeared from somewhere and began to play with these animals. The shepherd doesn't know or doesn't like people to do that, to play with his sheep, because it's his sheep. It's not the child's sheep, right? Child's sheep. So he was like an owner of the sheep, so he was controlling this thing. And because the sheep are afraid of strangers, so sheep are afraid and they can run away. And how bad is that to find and to look or to seek for lost sheep? It's very, very complicated. But children always seem to be able to play with sheep without frightening them. So it's a good thing. What is frightening? When you're kind of scaring someone. So when the sheep is not frightened, the sheep is not running away. And in this situation, a small boy who had appeared, he hasn't frightened the sheep, right? And it's good. It's good because it was acceptable for the shepherd. Shepherd doesn't know why it's not frightening the sheep, right? The young boys. I don't know how animals know the age of human beings. It's like a question, philosophical question of a shepherd. Why and how does it work that animals can understand the human being age, right? Quite interesting. So let's jump next. Nothing hard here, just the word frightening. When you're frightened, you are scared of something. And in this situation, in this context, the boy was not frightening sheep. So sheep were not running away. Okay. We continue. So the gypsy replied, "Tell me more about your dream," said the woman. "I have to get back to my cooking, and since you don't have much money, I can't give you a lot of time." So the child went on playing with my sheep for quite a while, continued the boy, a bit upset. So the shepherd was a bit upset. And probably, no, yes. So the shepherd was pretty upset. And suddenly the child took me by both hands and transported me to the Egyptian pyramids. So in the dream, that child who had played with sheep, he touched our shepherd. And, that very moment, he accidentally or with purpose teleported himself and the shepherd to the Egyptian pyramids. Huh? What a nice coincidence. Egyptian pyramids. I love Egyptian pyramids. So the child went on playing with his sheep for quite a while, for a little bit, right? And while Shepherd was telling this story, Shepherd was upset. And suddenly, the child just teleported them to Egyptian pyramids. He paused for a moment to see if the woman knew what the Egyptian pyramids were, but she said nothing. So Gypsy just ignored this fact. Then at the Egyptian pyramids, Shepherd continues, the last three words slowly, the Egyptian pyramids, right? So that the old woman would understand. The child said to me, "If you come here, you will find a hidden treasure." A hidden treasure. So hidden treasure, it's the gold or some treasuries like money or some unique artifacts, right? So it's something valuable, right? So hidden treasure, it's what is hidden from your sight. So you cannot see it right away. You need to find it first, right? It's hidden. There is a game, kids, they like to play this game. It's called hide and seek. So when one of the kids, they hide, another kid is looking, right? Seeking. So hide and seek. So when the treasure is hidden, somebody kind of put it somewhere, and now you're looking or seeking for it, right? And just as she was about to show me the exact location, I woke up both times. Yeah. So that was the dream. There was a boy. The boy was playing with sheep. Then the boy touched the hand of the shepherd and teleported them to Egyptian pyramids. And then, almost very close, when they were standing there near the pyramids, the boy kind of tried to show where is the hidden treasure. Because if you find the pyramids, you can find the treasure. That was the whole dream. And then the shepherd woke up. What happens next? The woman was silent, right? That gypsy woman, she was silent for some time. And then she again took his hand and studied them carefully. She started to study. She started to look at the shepherd's hands, right? "I'm not going to change you anything now," she said, "but I want 1/10 of the treasure if you find it." So, sorry, not change. "I'm not going to charge you anything now." So she's not asking money from the shepherd. So she's not going to charge anything right now. But if the boy, the shepherd, had found or will have found the treasure, so she wants 1/10 of the treasure. So the 10th part of the treasure, if the boy finds it. The boy laughed, like, ha ha ha, out of happiness. So he laughed out of happiness. He was like crazy a bit, right? And he was going to be able to save the little money he had because of a dream about hidden treasure. So he was going to be able to save a little money. So this little amount of money. And it was a good thing. It was a fortune, right? Good fortune. Well, interpret the dream, he said. So the boy asked the fortune teller to interpret, to give some interpretation. And it's funny because when we translate something, we interpreting, right? The same I do with my students. If my students don't understand hard language, right? So I interpret the language. I don't translate, I interpret. And some people can say that interpretation and translation is pretty the same thing. Yes, but not. In my opinion, interpretation is rephrasing. When you interpreting something, you're kind of rephrasing the language to more understandable pieces. For example, if I say the word ubiquitous to you, you know, the word ubiquitous, right? You can say, what is ubiquitous? And I can interpret this more simply. I can say, oh, it's something popular. If you see an Apple product, it's pretty ubiquitous. So this is the interpretation. But if you translate, you just interpreting to your own language, right? You're translating, moving the whole thing to another language, whole logic. And sometimes it can be there can be a mistake. But when you try to interpret the language from hard to simple, you're making it clear. You're making it more understandable. But when you translate, you can lose the logic sometimes because of the uniqueness of the language, of the rules and everything else. So there are many situations when I've seen the wrong interpretation of an idea or a joke. It was just messed up, So, well, interpret the dream, the boy asked. First, swear to me. Swear that you will give me 1/10 of your treasure in exchange for what I'm going to tell you. As you see, the boy asked the lady to interpret the dream, but the lady said back that, please swear to me. What does it mean to swear? To swear, it means to give a word in this context. When you say, I swear, you put your hand on your heart area, on your body, right, on your chest, and you swear. You give a word to someone. So first, swear to me. So she asked the boy to swear, to give a promise. So swear that you will give me 1/10 of your treasure in exchange for what I'm going to tell you. I think it's a pretty good deal, right? 1/10. So the shepherd swore. It's the past tense of swear. So the shepherd swore that he would do that. And the old woman asked him to swear again while looking at the image of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. So probably she was very religious. And when the boy is swearing and looking at the image of Sacred Heart of Jesus, it's a good sign that the person is gonna do what he's saying, right? No cheating. It's a dream in the language of the world, she said. It's a dream in the language of the world. So what does it mean? We can speak many languages, right? But every language has one logic, right? Or one idea. So idea is the same, but there are hundreds of languages, right? So it's a dream in the language of the world. So there is only one logic that every single person understands. It's an idea. It's an ideal perspective. And that's what she said. I can interpret it, but the interpretation is very difficult. That's why I feel that I deserve a part of what you find. So she kind of explains why she asks 1/10 of the treasure. And this is my interpretation. You must go to the pyramids in Egypt. I have never heard of them, but if it was a child who showed them to you, they exist. There you will find a treasure that will make you a rich man. The boy was surprised and then irritated. So, what does it mean, irritated? When you're irritated, you feel not good. You feel kind of weak. Something disturbs you. For example, when you stand in a line, in a queue, in the shop, you want to buy your Snickers bar, right? And you feel this irritation, something disturbs you. Maybe it's a line, too many people. Maybe it's the kid who is crying in the back. So something disturbs you, right? That's an irritation. And it irritates you. So you feel irritated, okay? Irritated. The boy was surprised. He was like, oh, wow. But at the same time, something irritated him, right? So he felt irritated. He didn't need to seek out the old woman for this, He thought that it's kind of stupid. So he promised 1/10 of the treasure for something he knew already. It's kind of stupid. He didn't understand the interpretation. So he didn't need to seek out the old woman for this. But then he remembered that he wasn't going to have to pay anything. He wasn't going to have to pay anything right now because he hasn't found anything. I didn't need to waste my time just for this, he said. And then the woman is replying, I told you that your dream was a difficult one. It is the simple things in life that are the most extraordinary. Only wise men are able to understand them. And since I am not wise, I have had to learn other arts, such as the reading of palms. So, palms, it's just your, people say face palm because it's the top part of your hand. So when you have a top part of your hand and let's say the opposite, the bottom part of your hand. So the bottom part of your hand is palms. And some people, they read the palms, the fortune tellers, gypsies, they always ask you, hey, give me your palm. I will read something there, right? That's the palm. It's the bottom part of your hand. So, well, how am I going to get to Egypt? That's the boy's question, right? The boy asked the fortune teller, well, how am I going to get to Egypt? And the woman replies, I only interpret dreams. I don't know how to turn them into reality. That's why I have to live off what my daughters provide me with. So to live off what my daughters provide me with. So, you see, so she is only telling the truth, what she understands, but she never shows you the exact steps, right? How convenient is it, right? Very convenient, very comfortable for the fortune teller. She's getting 1/10 of the treasure, and she's just telling nonsense. So the boy didn't understand anything. And what if I never get to Egypt? That's a question of a boy. Then I don't get paid. It wouldn't be the first time. So probably she had the same experience before, that fortune teller, and there are many people who didn't pay her, right? That's how the deal worked. So the boy didn't get to Egypt or never get to Egypt. So the lady won't be paid, right? Pretty simple. So the woman told the boy to leave, saying she had already wasted too much time with him. So that's the last part, what I wanted to read for you guys today. That's the part. The woman told the boy to leave, saying she had already wasted too much time with him. So that's the full section for today. I want you to understand one important thing. I'm reading this book very slowly. It's already more than half of a year I'm reading this book for you, and I'm reading only little piece by piece. The point is, we're not just reading the book, we're revising it very deeply and we discuss real life using the language of the book, right? It's very important. So the idea is not the speed, how fast I'm reading this book. The idea is what you understand by reading this little part of the book. And it's like a secret language. For example, I like the one phrase from whole text I had been reading for you today. I liked only one beautiful part. Is this one? Let me find it for real quick. I think it's this one. Yes. It's the simple things in life that are the most extraordinary. Only wise men are able to understand them. And since I'm not wise, I have had to learn other arts, such as the reading of palms. So this part is very important because the simple things in life are the most extraordinary. Sometimes we live our life and we don't understand many things, right? And some important parts just kind of hidden, and we can't understand them because we go too critical or we go too deep and we don't understand many things. But when you think about this little statement here, that simple things in life that are the most extraordinary, the most vivid, the most clear things in your life, what you see every single day, are the most important ones. It's your karma, how some people say. That's what you really need to understand just in front of you. Some people think, I need to read a book, I need to find something to understand or realize something. No, you just need to be careful and see clearly and vividly what's in front of you, what you face every day. Okay, that's what I learned today from this text. Maybe you learned something. Let me know in the comment section in one of our posts on Emotional English on Telegram. Now I will reread or read again the whole segment, what we had finished before, and I'll do it without any stops, without any comments, just to clarify all the vision we've got today. Okay? I'll start now. I have had the same dream twice, he said. I dreamed that I was in a field with my sheep when a child appeared and began to play with the animals. I don't like people to do that because the sheep are afraid of strangers. But children always seem to be able to play with them without frightening them. I don't know why. I don't know how animals know the age of human beings. Tell me more about your dream, said the woman. I have to get back to my cooking, and since you don't have much money, I can't give you a lot of time. The child went on playing with my sheep for quite a while, continued the boy, a bit upset. And suddenly the child took me by both hands and transported me to the Egyptian pyramids. He paused for a moment to see if the woman knew what the Egyptian pyramids were, but she said nothing. Then at the Egyptian pyramids, he said the last three words very slowly. Then at the Egyptian pyramids, that the old woman would understand that. The child said to me, if you come here, you will find a hidden treasure. And just as she was about to show me the exact location, I woke up. Both times. And yes, it was not a boy, by the way. I just realized it was a girl, guys. It was a girl who was in the dream. So the girl showed everything and transported the shepherd. The woman was silent for some time. Then she again took his hands and studied them carefully. I'm not going to charge you anything now. I'm not going to charge you anything now, she said, but I want 1/10 of the treasure if you find it. The boy laughed out of happiness, and he was going to be able to save the little money he had because of the dream about hidden treasure. Well, interpret the dream, he said. First, swear to me. Swear that you will give me 1/10 of your treasure in exchange for what I'm going to tell you." The shepherd swore that he would. The old woman asked him to swear again while looking at the image of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. "It's a dream in the language of the world," she said. "I can interpret it, but the interpretation is very, very difficult. That's why I feel that I deserve a part of what you find. And this is my interpretation. You must go to the pyramids in Egypt. I have never heard of them, but if it was a child who showed them to you, they exist. There you will find a treasure that will make you a rich man." The boy was surprised and then irritated. He didn't need to seek out the old woman for this, but then he remembered that he wasn't going to have to pay anything. "I didn't need to waste my time just for this," he said. "I told you that your dream was a difficult one. It's the simple things in life that are the most extraordinary. Only wise men are able to understand them. And since I'm not wise, I have had to learn other arts, such as the reading of palms. Well, how am I going to get to Egypt? I only interpret dreams. I don't know how to turn them into reality. That's why I have to live off what my daughters provide me with. And what if I never get to Egypt? Then I don't get paid. It wouldn't be the first time." And the woman told the boy to leave, saying she had already wasted too much time with him. The end of the story for today, guys. So that was all for today. Thank you for listening. I hope I see you very soon. So have an amazing time with your English learning. I hope it was usable and useful for you. I'll see you very, very soon. Don't forget to learn English emotionally, fulfilled with energy, and of course, positively, okay? Hope to see you next. Bye-bye.